All right. What's going on?
We're about to pull this thing out. We got our little checklist mostly achieved.
Mostly. Some of that we'll do.
We can check out this
Shifter assembly now.
Yeah, we did that. So, and then we're gonna do this clutch line once we pull the engine out just a little bit. Give us a little bit more room.
Yeah.
Some wrenches on there.
It kind of hides down in here. This line right here, if you can see it, kind of tucks back around the header and then connects to an and line back there. You can see all the Chase Bay's ABS booster delete stuff in here. Fuel line.
We've got some more parts accumulating in the pile over here.
Yep.
Yeah, we took pretty much most all the exhaust off except for the very last bit of cat back, and then we've got draft shaft out, drain the fluid, all that stuff. So
Yep.
just tuck all the wiring up. We just zip tied all this wiring up, pull it up out of the way, so that way we can just keep it in the car. We don't have to redo all that.
We're gonna try to leave it on the car this time instead of the usual pulling it off with the engine. There's the exhaust. That pretty boy.
It's pretty straight. Not a lot of bends in the exhaust.
Yeah. It'd be like a tiny kick.
Tiny kick. 3 degree.
But yeah. So next time you'll see it, the engine should be out. Okay guys, got the engine and trans out. Here you can see it in all of its glory. This is kind of what we're replacing. This is the main thing. It's bell housing. You can see this little plate right here, the sandwich plate that is needed for SFI bell housings, but it's kind of getting in the way of the flywheel, we think. I think we have to use some, would you say extended input or extended pilot bearing?
Yeah, exactly, pilot bearing.
And then you gotta kind of, yeah, you can just even see down here, these, just the gaps, kind of.
Starter hole.
Another starter hole, yeah.
Kind of pointless.
More of like a circle track bell housing than, or a crazy drag one. So we're gonna take that off. We're gonna replace that. We're gonna get at the plugs because you can see it's kind of a tight fit in here. And
It's showing the engine bay.
oh yeah,
Big golden tunnel.
yeah, oh my gold. Yeah, and then it's all the way down in there. So yeah, they should come apart pretty quick now. What else are we doing?
The plug wires and plugs.
Oh, plug wires, yep, we're gonna replace these. Same routing, just better plug wires, because these MSDs don't want the smoke. But, all right, we'll get these two separated and then give you an update.
All right, so we just got it separated apart.
Yep, I'm gonna take the pressure plate off now. Here, I can show them if you want. Gonna take the pressure plate off. We usually do this, just have a little breaker bar on the front pulley.
On the crank.
On the crank.
So we got the trans over there.
Yep, trans is out. You can kind of see what we're talking about a little bit. There's some evidence that it was grinding on the flywheel over here.
So yeah, this plate seems like it's kind of bowed.
Yeah, definitely.
It doesn't really want to sit flush on the engine exactly.
Which means there's probably a high point somewhere in it. So, you got these all labeled. This is a Monster LT1 clutch.
Yeah. LT1S.
LT1S, so it's the kind of their flywheel with some OEM components on it.
Yeah.
But good for like 7?
Yeah, 700 foot-pounds of torque.
Dang.
But it's like dual clutch. I think it's from out of an LS7 maybe?
Dual plate or dual?
Dual disc.
Dual disc, yeah.
Yeah. And then a lightweight flywheel. Alright guys. So we're gonna try this head cam thing out.
Mm-hmm.
We got
See how it works. Leave that here.
clutch assembly off here. So we can get to the flywheel bolts.
Let me trade you this with the breaker bar so I have the ratchet. I'm gonna get on that side and hold it. So we're gonna have all these taken off. Okay, one. Should we double pen these real quick?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
It's always good
So,
just to overmark it all.
definitely.
Track everything.
So this one will be 2 lines. And then this one down here will be 3 lines.
Just to make sure if these have any weight discrepancies when we go to put it back on, we don't get any.
Yep, exactly. And if it's worn in a certain way, since you've started driving with it.
Well, small amount of coolant.
Yeah.
Drizzling out. They all came out pretty good.
Yeah, they're all coming out pretty good.
Then
Just crossing them just to equalize the pressure. Coming off. I think I have. Alright, there's those 3. So now it's on by just the dowels. So I'm gonna just pull it. Watch for the discs.
Yep. Going back. There they are.
There we go. Dude, freshy.
That looks great.
Yeah, it does. Nothing.
Man.
You said you drove this?
Once or twice.
No.
Well, don't get any.
We have to clean it anyway
Yeah, just.
before we. All right, you guys.
So
These MSDs are the old ones. These are the new Firecore ones that are going in.
pretty much one of the biggest points of kryptonite on the Ls Turbo is where to run the plug wires. We did a pretty good job insulating this with these boots, but looks like this one isn't having a good day. So
Yeah, split it open like that again.
yeah, you can really see down in there.
See in the copper a little bit.
Kind of gnarly. But these ones was recommended, these Firecore wires, so we're gonna give them a shot. We have them custom made, so
Yep.
we're gonna have to throw those on there and see what we got.
Yep.
All right, guys. We got the old bell housing off.
Got the whole clutch taken off, cleaned up, put back on.
Ready for the new F-body bell housing that should get here
In a couple days.
a few days. And we can continue work. We did a few other things. We got the new wires routed.
You can see down through there.
Should be better routing and better quality wires.
Change the plugs too.
Oh, yep, and did the plugs.
You can show them the old plugs.
Yeah, we learned that we do have to take the headers off to change the plugs. So this may become a common thing.
These are the old plugs. As you can see, they're perfectly. Got that tan strap. And the black is supposed to go down a few threads. Oh,
I'm not sure. I'm not a pro at reading plugs or anything.
yeah. But anyways, they look good to us. We should say that.
Yeah.
They look good to us.
We also cut the power steering spring. I know there's a lot of controversy about that, but we had a spare one, so we're gonna see what it does, and if it sucks, then we'll go back.
Yeah, because
no
the
biggie.
pressure of the GM F-body pumps a lot more than the BMW rack that's in there.
Mhm.
So, you know, we don't really want it to get the short end of the stick, so
Yeah.
lower the pressure a little bit and then everyone's happy.
Yep. And you can see over here, there's the T56 all taken apart.
Found out that this little guy was a little loose also, so we were able to tighten that before anything
Most of the-
became wrong.
Also that crush washer though.
Oh yeah.
For some reason we didn't get a crush washer with our speed bleeder kit before, so we
Yeah.
went in there and added one as well.
Yeah.
But this is a pretty nice little unit. Had tick performance, do a rebuild on it and put a bunch of fresh goodies in there.
Mhm.
We got the MGW shifter on there. Had them clock this at 12 o'clock. That way it fits better in the car. It's pretty cool. If you're trying to do a swap and you need a custom shifter, this thing's only like
So-
$200 or $300 and they'll put it in any direction you want. So it shifts great. It feels fantastic.
I don't know. I built you one before that I'm a bigger fan of.
Yeah.
That may end up on here one day.
And then we're gonna get rid of this reverse lockout and put in a manual version because this has a little electronic actuator that if it's not hooked up, it's pretty hard to get in reverse, so.
Yeah. Don't want to do any damage to the gears or anything like that. And you can see that giant output shaft there.
Yeah, it's got the Viper output shaft upgrade on it.
But yep, there's another look at her. This is where we're gonna call it for a few days.
All right, guys. Working on Levi's shifter surround. Working on wrapping that in some carbon. As you can see here, I got the original kind of vinyl pulled off of this, which leaves it with this kind of ridged texture, which is good. I masked off just a bit. I'm gonna practice masking off a little bit more. I'm actually gonna put an OBC and a little coin pocket thing, not coin pocket, but cigarette lighter area thing in and carbon over those, and then cut them out after and see how that works. All right, what's up, guys? So got the kind of shifter surround in there taped up. Got the little coin tray, no, not coin tray. What is it, cigarette lighter, cell phone pouch thing. And then in OBC, an old OBC cover I had in there taped up, and I'm just gonna hit it with some spray adhesive. I already did one coat and then I bumped it a bunch, so I'm gonna do another coat. Go cut the piece of fiber while it tacks up, and then it should be ready to lay it on.
Okay, so we got the carbon weave out, and I have this old piece that I did, just a practice piece, that I'm going to kind of size the sheet with. I'm oversizing it for sure, and just kind of rocked it back, and then I'll trim it down once we get it laid on. Yeah. All right, so got the carbon wrapped pretty close to where I want it around. I'm gonna do a wet out coat, and then probably cut out these negatives and push the edges kind of back down where they need to be around like the OBC and stuff. You can see up here, it's not super tight on there yet. And then after that first coat, it'll still be kind of pliable, and then I'll start adding some more resin from there.